Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Search Summit of eTail East 2013. This is about my 7th summit. Search Day is a great day, great learnings, some great e-tailers here, and it's a wonderful opportunity to share your information and learn from each other. So welcome, everybody. Okay, this is the introduction for today, the summary of what I'm going to be talking about. Going to be looking at forecast growth from Forrester, some Google changing search landscape information, some case studies talking about scalable growth in organic search, some big data aspects as well. We've got a Dell case study as well, and some more about Google talking about unbranded traffic. Let me just, you've heard a little bit about Your Amigo. I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview, very brief. We're a big data organic search solutions company, been in business since 1999. We're a performance-based organic search services company, hugely scalable, based on artificial intelligence technology called Spiderlinker. We're doing business in 31 countries, so we've been in this space for over 15 years now, very experienced in the organic search space. We have customers in 31 countries, and we're managing more than 60 million pages for our clients. We work with their clients' SEO teams and SEO agencies, and we drive a new revenue channel through organic search. We'll talk more about that in detail. But it's really adding an additional 5% to 25% on top of online revenue, and there's a range of our clients there. So that's a little bit about Your Amigo. Okay, and now let's talk about let's talk about search. And Forrester says that by 2016, advertisers will spend $77 billion in interactive marketing. Now that's as much as they spend in television today. So let's look at how that $77 billion is made up. So in online display ads, the spend today is $14 billion. But by 2017, it will be $27 billion. So that's of the $77 billion forecast, $27 billion will be online display ads. Mobile, which is very popular, of course, and growing all the time, mobile and tablet are expected to increase 30% by Q4 2013. So we've got huge growth in that area as well as video. But in the area we're talking about today, which is search, the US search marketing forecast, according to Forrester, search is still projected to have the most spend in 2016, over $33 billion, or 43% of the total $77 billion spend. Albeit that the other areas, such as mobile and video, will have stronger growth than search. But as I'm in search, and a lot of you around here in search, very proud to be involved in that area, we have a lot of content on the agenda today around paid search, so I'm going to focus my opening remarks primarily around organic search. So let's look at organic search. Organic search attracts buyers, it generates intent and attracts buyers before they've finalized their buying decision and determine what they need and which supplier to buy from. Whereas other channels attract buyers after they've finalized their buying decision and the decision is made. Now, an interesting thing on this slide, down here and up there, is that according to a recent study from eConsultancy, it shows that 94% of all searches now come through organic search. So of the 100% of people that go to that Google page, 94% are going through organic search, 6% are going to paid search. So you can see why I'd like to concentrate a lot on organic search. Obviously, paid search is very well known, and we need to be doing the same sort of things that we're doing in paid search as we've always done and more. And of course, paid search has higher conversion rates, attracts a different audience, but organic search is really a gold mine for finding new revenues. So 8 years ago, Jupiter Media study determined that the number of searches that were going to organic search was 85%. So in the last 8 years, it's grown another 9% up to 94%. Big numbers in anyone's language, right? So it's a great space to be in. Now let's have a look at Google's search landscape. This slide to me is probably the most important slide that I'll be putting up today, because this slide to me just screams out opportunity. I can't believe that Google's doing 1 billion search queries every day, but it is. It's seeing 1 billion search queries every day. Here's the interesting thing. 20% or 200 million of those searches every day are new or haven't been completed in the last 6 months. So as someone that works in organic search, that just screams out opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. New search phrases every day, every hour. I'm going to get down to some of that detail so you can see what I mean. But it's untapped potential. The next part of Google's slide is 70% of the queries have no exact match keywords. So Google has no matches, exact matches for the keywords, 70% of those. And as you would probably understand and not be surprised about, over 54% of the user queries are greater than 3 words. So we're talking about longer tail words and ultra long tail words. And I'll be talking some more about that based on data that we've captured and what we see from our clients. But what does this mean for retailers on a daily basis? It means new keywords, it means non-branded keywords, potential new traffic, potential incremental new revenue, and certainly potential new customers every day. So how do we, as retailers, tap into that potential through organic search? Well, it's really about searcher behavior and those 200 million new search queries I talked about every day. So what drives substantial traffic and sales? And when I'm talking about this organic space now, I'm really talking about over and above what your typical SEO team or your agency, SEO agency would do. So we're talking about that agency would typically optimize for somewhere around 10 to 30 keywords is what our clients tell us. But we're finding that there are up to 600 unique search phrases monthly for each product on the client's site. So if you imagine that the SEO team is optimizing for 30 keywords, we're finding several hundred different search phrases for each product page on the site. So think of the gap there in the opportunity to actually capture that new traffic and new revenue. But the secret is to identify the multitude of new searcher queries that are being used every day, every hour of every day, and build new content frequently to include those phrases. However, as you probably imagine, the challenge to doing this is really about scale. So what I'm about to show you is not possible manually to capture this information, but it is the realm of big data. So let's look at some case studies to see what is possible. So this is a client of ours that has over 50,000 products, has an SEO team that optimizes the site, and the usual popular terms, branded terms, and some long tail terms. So working closely with this client, in 1 year, we were able to discover an additional 7.3 million additional phrases over and above the phrases that they were optimizing for. Out of those 7.3 million phrases, it drove 17 million new clicks to the client's site in 1 year, and an additional $14.5 million in new revenue. This is incremental revenue over and above the client. So you can see the potential of what I'm talking about. If you think about this organic search space with those new search phrases every day, it really is a gold mine waiting to be plundered by using new techniques in big data, technology, etc., and scalability. Now, this is what I'd like to show you. That means that of the new search phrases that we found, every hour of every day of that year, there were 840 new search phrases that were available. And just think about that. If you're not thinking about this space, you're not capturing this space, then there's all these new search phrases every hour of every day of every week of every month that are just coming out that are relevant to your site. And if you're not capturing them, then maybe your competitors are. So the important thing is to effectively succeed in capturing this takes an enormous amount of data analysis, scale, and speed. But as you can see here, the returns are very significant. I want to go and show you, still on the same case study, what I'm talking about with these search phrases. So this slide shows that finding and optimizing for those 840 new search phrases every day is not what we know as mainstream or traditional SEO, because, for example, up here, you'll see that 1% of the search phrases here got only 100 clicks or more per year. So if you're getting 100 clicks or more per year, that's not a lot. You're not going to spend a lot of time optimizing pages or creating pages for 100 clicks a year. So you can see that there's be very little overlap, if at all, with traditional SEO. And even more importantly than that, 55%, the total of this slide here, this pie chart here, 55% of those phrases only got 2 clicks per year. So you can see we're talking about very infrequently used search phrases, right? But the fact is that there are multitudes of them, millions of them every day. And if you can capture a percentage of those, then you can actually generate large amounts of traffic and revenue, which is incremental to what you're already doing. So remember I talked about screaming out opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. I think you can see what I mean, that if you can go after this space, it's not traditional, but it certainly is a gold mine of new revenue and new traffic for your particular business. So if you want to grow your business, this is an area that you can focus on. It's not easy, but it is there and it's done. And range of the clients that I talked about earlier, we're doing this for and driving incremental traffic, unbranded traffic. And here's the important thing, with little or no overlap to their current business. So typically we're seeing about a 1 to 2% overlap, and we can talk more detail about that afterwards if you want to. Let's move on with another case study, and this is a client of ours called Dell. Dell is one of the most sophisticated online businesses in the world. So why are they using Your Amigo when they've got SEO experts all over the world doing their SEO for them? Why are they using Your Amigo? It's because they can't capture, or not interested in capturing, the large amount of traffic and revenue through these 1 to 2 clicks a year, and these search phrases which are really, really infrequently used. So we've been working with Dell for over 5 years now, and we work on websites in 13 countries. Let's just show you some information from Dell. So once again, the clicks, not getting many clicks. So 80% of the traffic that we're driving to Dell is only getting 1 click a quarter. But the interesting thing about those clicks is those clicks that are only getting 1 click a quarter are generating 31% of the revenue that we generate for Dell. So once again, infrequently used but relevant, high converting keywords that drive new business. And just following on from that, looking at what we generate for Dell. So in 1 month, we found over 485,000 new search phrases. And this is a consistent pattern of at least over 400,000 new search phrases every month for Dell that we're finding and creating pages for. So in the last year, we've created over 85,000 pages, unique pages, that are targeting those infrequently used search phrases for Dell. And that's done with the power of artificial intelligence and big data. So lots of opportunity, lots of data analysis and management, but lots and lots of traffic and revenue. Let's go on to talk some more about what Google thinks of this space. So Google is saying that it's looking at non-branded versus branded traffic. Google's view is that non-brand drives more new visitors to your site. In fact, 65% of the visitors from non-branded terms are new, compared with 15% of the visitors from brand terms. So in non-branded terms, Google is saying that more than four times the number of visitors from non-branded terms are new. For Your Amigos campaigns, typically over 98% of the traffic that our clients see through our service is non-branded. So very, very important to look at non-branded terms. So why non-branded? Given that branded traffic is generally low cost in paid search compared to competitive terms, generally branded is less competitive and easy to acquire in organic, and given that it generates a high conversion rate and a better ROI in the short term, why shouldn't we all just focus exclusively on branded and eliminate unbranded? And the simple reason is because it does not deliver revenue growth or capture the market share from competitors. As Google showed previously, unbranded traffic is the most valuable traffic, where you're getting 4 times the number of visitors from non-branded being new. And we see with our clients a large number of new customers, high numbers of new customers over the norm being generated for our clients. And in fact, tomorrow one of our clients is speaking here, and I'll talk more about that in a moment, but she will be talking about exactly that point where she's getting large amounts of new customers for her particular business. So I'm about 38 seconds to go, so I have to wrap up now. But just looking at the takeaways from this very, very brief presentation, and we're happy to talk more about it. We have some people here from Your Amigo if you want to learn more about what we do and what's out there and the opportunities out there. But the takeaways are that the spend data that we showed earlier shows that we all work in a great, rapidly growing industry, which is search. Basically, with big data and artificial intelligence, in our case, there's huge untapped potential for organic search. It's important to recognize the way that search is unique and all these unique search phrases that we find. The opportunity is there to significantly diversify the keyword phrases that you're currently trying to attract business on. The diversity of keywords is a really important part of what we do to drive new revenue. And every hour of every day there are these new search phrases appearing. So it's really hard to get your head around that, but it's a dynamic environment, very, very hard to capture all that information manually and analyze the data. But if we can do it, then it does drive large amounts of incremental traffic and revenue to grow new revenue and business for your company. You don't want those phrases to go to your competitors, so it is an important area to think about. Unbranded traffic, as Google has said, is very, very valuable, and importantly, leveraging big data, which you know is not easy, but it is certainly possible, and that's one of the things that we do with our clients. So in summarizing my presentation, I hope the case studies and data have actually given you some insight into the growth opportunity that's available to all e-tailers every day through organic search. And I just wanted to show this slide again because it reiterates what I've been talking about during my presentation. These millions of new search phrases, the revenue, etc., driving additional traffic and revenue to your clients is very important. So these are the things that are available through organic search. You're going to have some great presentations and great discussions at the round tables. We've got a really excellent lineup of people for you today. So have a great search day, and certainly share and learn as much as you can from the speakers, search roundtables and panel discussions. I thank you very much for your attention and have a great day. Thank you.